mute this now, but we're live now. And I'll have to check it on my computer later to make sure.
Yeah, I'm going to let Adam not to get here till about, when? 6:45?
So I'm going to mute.
Welcome to Wingate, folks. We're about to get started in what amounts to a tri-meet here tonight. Coach Ronnie Gano's 6-1 BEA Eagles, and it's hard to believe that the season opening dual meet was on January 21st. So it's a matter of make the most of the opportunities you're given. And the Eagles have surely done that after opening the season against the powerhouse Central Mountain and falling 46-21. They've rattled off 6 straight wins, a 4th place finish in the Big 7 tournament. What we have here this evening, BEA and Marion Center, a really solid Indiana County-based District 6 AA program. They're green and gold. Their mascot's the Stinger. And I believe that's like a yellow jacket. They come in here. Coach Stewart brings them in. This ought to be a really interesting dual meet tonight. It's a chance for us to see folks that we only ever see at the district tournament. And we're going to get underway here in a moment. And we are going to start at 126 pounds based on the random draw. And we're going to get a PA announcement on who's coming out for which team. I see Super Cooper Gillum with 106 career wins is coming out for the Eagles. Let's see who Marion Center has.
Wrestling on mat number 2, Montevideo at 126, Cooper Gillum. And from Marion Center, Carter Gilmore.
Carter Gilmore of the Stingers, Cooper Gillum of the Eagles. And we're underway. The opening bout, the Eagles will wrestle Williamsport, District 4 AAA, and a pretty strong program later on tonight. But right now, Cooper and Gilmore. Tied up collar tie, nose on nose. Again, Cooper 106 career wins. And Cooper's in on that single, switches quick to a double, and he takes Gilmore down 22 seconds into the bout. So Cooper Gillum, the senior, he's been to Hershey a couple of times. He cuts Gilmore loose with a minute and a half to go. It is 2-1. Cooper's in on ankle pick. Now switches to a double on the edge of the mat. And they're off the mat, no control, 1:23 to go in the first period. We'll get a restart here. Marion Center traveled a long way to get here from Indiana County, as I said. And last night the Eagles had 3 dual meets in a span of about 2.5 hours. Way down at Line Mountain High School. Cooper, a duck sweep. No, he doesn't get it. Gilmore maintaining good position. Cooper collar try, snap down, snap, spin, flowing. Gilmore hanging onto that leg. Cooper has the takedown with a minute to go in the first period. He looked at the wrong clock. If you notice, Cooper looks at he's very clock aware. He's hooking up a cradle on Gilmore. And he's got a lot of time. Still 45 to go here in the first period. Opening bout of the dual meet, BEA against Marion Center. And I don't know Marion Center's record. I don't know how they did against Tyrone, as Cooper's looking for a tilt on Gilmore. And he's going to get enough for a 2-point near fall, or maybe more. They are very close to being off the mat on the far side. And he gets a 2-point near fall. Cooper goes up 6-1 on Gilmore in the closing seconds of the first period. But I do know that Marion Center lost to Bellefonte pretty handily. But we know that Bellefonte, when Coach Maney has his full lineup intact over there, Bellefonte's as good as anybody around. Cooper's going to get set on top with 9 seconds to go in the first period on a restart. He drops down on the legs of Gilmore. And he lifts. Gilmore comes up around the leg, and that will... Cooper's, again, he glanced at the clock. Always aware. Sometimes he makes the Cowboy and I nervous because he's too aware. We go to the second period. Gilmore defers. Cooper will take down with a 6-1 lead in the opening bout here. BEA picked up their 718th, 19th, and 20th. 720 all-time dual meet wins for the program, more than anybody else in District 6. That was a 3-meet sweep last night at Line Mountain. We'll talk more on that later. Cooper does a nice step over, and he reverses Gilmore and immediately bars the left arm and shoots a half on the right side, and he's got Gilmore in a lot of trouble. It's very close, and there's a fall in 2:15. Cooper Gillum gets his 107th career win. and he pins Carter Gilmore in. 2:15. BEA goes up 6-0, and here comes the senior, Drake Holderman. Remember, Drake was out of action for about 14 months, and he came back and had a very impressive win in the Eagles against Lucas Walk of Tyrone in a BEA win a few nights ago. And we're going to get his Marion Center opponent. Lester's going to give me that opponent here in a minute.
Now wrestling on mat 2 at 132, Drake Holderman and Liam
Cornetta. And Drake has his work cut out for him against Cornetta, I think. Cornetta drops in, Drake got collar tie. And they break away, break apart. Drake's a senior, as I said, last year was in the lineup the first couple of dual meets and then never returned until this season was well underway. So it had been a long time. We welcomed him back, and he looked good in his return. Right now, he's scoreless with Cornetta. This would be an interesting contrast. These teams don't see each other, as I said, really at all, unless there's an unusual event like this until we get to the districts. And Drake's got that style where he prefers most of his wrestling down on the mat. He uses the legs a lot, and he's very comfortable in that type of position usually. But Cornetta was in on a good shot. You can hear the Godfather down there to my left, and he's barking instructions, and that's what it is. It's a bark from the Godfather. I guess his hips and back are okay after celebrating that big fall at 113 last night in the Line Mountain match. That'll make viral YouTube history when the world sees it. Right here we're scoreless, though, and Drake, Bobs. Cornetta was in on a good shot. Now Drake's in on a shot and driving through and has a single. 10 seconds to go in the period. We're scoreless. Cornetta reaching in with a whizzer to counter that and keeping his head in tight. He may be okay, and Drake gets a takedown with 3 seconds to go. That'll end the period in a big, you score late, and the Eagles have given up some points this year late. Coaches always like when you don't give up any late and you score late, and Drake defers. And he'll take a 2-0 lead in, and Coach Stewart tells Cornetta to take down. You hear the noise on the opposite side, and we're not trying to avoid anything, but Marion Center has 5 junior high wrestlers that accompanied their varsity on this trip. BEA's kids are going to get some matches over there. We're on the varsity here. Cornetta stands. Again, Stans gets to a whizzer and looking maybe to come across with a toss. He doesn't get it. So now we have a 2-1. He escaped in less than 20 seconds. It's 2-1. They're on their feet. It's anybody's match. Drake will have the choice in the third period when we get that far. But right now he's got a 2-1 lead. Neither wrestler here for about 15 seconds making much of an offensive attempt. Drake with that right arm collar tie, trying to control the wrist, uses leverage. Cornetta looks pretty strong. Again, good position. There's a shot from too far out. The Eagle bench is, the bench, there is really no bench. They're spread out all over due to the social distancing in the pre-match areas. So we have a minute to go in the second period. Drake Holderman leads Cornetta 2-1. A takedown in the last 3 seconds of the first period gave him that lead. And right now, he likes that right arm collar tie, and Drake knows he has a choice in the third period. And he typically prefers being down on the mat. So it was impressive that Cornetta escaped that quick on him, and Cornetta's in on a nice shot. Drake trying to sprawl out over. He glances up at the clock with half a minute to go in the second period. Cornetta trying to take the lead. A takedown would give him the lead. We get a stalemate, and that's exactly what's left. A half a minute to go in the period. Drake looks up at that clock. The Godfather is telling him motion. I don't know, and he's entertaining to listen to down here. He was entertaining at Line Mountain too last night, folks. Drake on that Now Cornetta with that right arm collar tie, and Drake just trying to post on the elbows. Drake going to underhook a little bit, just enough to prevent any kind of offense. He glances at the clock. He's going to have to be careful. You glance at the clock enough, you get hit with a warning. He didn't get hit with one, but that's the end of the second period. No stall warnings. Drake will have the choice. He immediately tells the official he's going to get set on the bottom, and Cornetta will take the top position. Drake has a 2-1 lead. Cornetta gets set, traditional start, left side, right arm around the waist. Cornetta stops the first move, goes into a 2-on-1, looking to maybe load up a tilt. And a tilt would give him the lead if he can get a count. Drake stretching out. Now Cornetta, right arm, was looking at a half, tying up the left arm and looking underneath at a half on the right. Drake's coming up to his base slightly, but Cornetta really doing a good job right now, tying up that left arm and continuing to reach in with that half on the right.
Now wrestling on mat 1.
So while Drake typically down on the mat spin his strength, Cornetta looks just fine down there too. Drake inside, he was looking at a switch. He had no shot at that switch. Cornetta with a spiral now with that right arm back into a cross wrist drag. Cornetta blocked that switch easily. We have 1:10 to go in the bout, and Drake's got a 2-1 lead. And this is where one move could win this for either wrestler. Drake tying up the near arm, and the Godfather didn't like that attempt at grabbing the arm. We have 50 seconds to go, and Drake's hanging on, and the official's looking at it, and there it is. There's a stall warning on Drake with exactly 50 seconds to go. The Godfather's out of his chair. I don't know if you can see him down there, but Drake looks over at him. Coach Stewart is pretty animated on the far side, telling Cornetta what he's got to do, and it had nothing to do with letting Drake out. I think it had to do with turn him and push him and turn him. There's a 3/4 Nelson attempt by Cornetta. That's one you don't see often. Team around here that's been known to use that more than, or try it more than anybody else over the years has been Tyrone. So we have seen a couple of those attempts when we wrestled them. Cornetta trying to run a half. He almost punched into a full Nelson there. We have 25 to go. Drake just got hit again. So now if he doesn't get out and Cornetta doesn't turn him, we're gonna end up going to overtime here. Drake Holderman with 10 seconds left. Cornetta's dominated on top here in this period. Drake's got to move. He's got to get out. There's a half. Cornetta running it, very physical. The period will end. That stall point. I thought we didn't have a stall point. We had a. So take that back. Each wrestler had been hit once. Drake Holderman wins 2-1. So I failed the red-green color vision test, and I saw the same wristband go up twice based on color. Drake Holderman got that out. He got ridden out, and he won. That score late. He scored with 3 seconds. 3 seconds left in the first period. Now what do we have here? We're going to have Evan Miller against Jeffrey Pfeiffer, and we're going to get we got the Eagle wrestlers, and he's driving and looking, and he likes that far side cradle. Now he's got that, and he's got to have a takedown there, and he does. So Jeffrey gets a takedown. He's looking for a cradle. Mason. Hey, they traded weights from last night, huh?
Jeffrey, put both your knees behind his legs.
So Jeffrey Pfeiffer, I'm talking to a couple of the Eagles, one of the heroes down there from last night, a huge hero, Owen Johnson. He confirmed what I was asking. Jeffrey Pfeiffer hooking up a cradle. And here's a story on Jeffrey. He's got a 2-0 lead. He's in a precarious position. He doesn't want to hurry that. He's looking. He's got to settle in. He's got to keep going, or he's very close to getting reversed, and he's very close to getting back points. A nice counter attempt. And there's a reversal. So we have a 2-2 bout at 138. Now here's the story. Jeffrey Pfeiffer started the year at 132. He was at 113 a year ago. He started out 0-3. He moved up. The last 6 bouts, on his last 6 appearances on the mat have been up at 145, and he's 5-1 in those bouts. And he got a huge fall last night in the opener against Danville. Right now he's got a solid Stinger opponent, and they're tied at 2. Jeffrey's trying to come out. He does come out, and there again you score late. He scored late. He got that escape with 1 second. That's the end of the period. 2 seconds were left. Jeffrey Pfeiffer, that end right before the buzzer escape, or before the towel to the back escape, has a 3-2 lead. BEA leads 9-0. And I think we have a flip-flop of weights here. It looks to me like Mason Reese, the freshman's on deck. And Mason's very good. He's 8-3. He was 3-0 last night. But he's been at 138, so he and Jeffrey are both weighing in at 138. Apparently we got a look at the Wally move tonight. The lineup adjustment wizard for the Eagles. Coach Wallace, and Miller trying to put in the leg. He's got that spiral, left arm around spiral, and that's a tight, solid ride. One thing Jeffrey has demonstrated since he got into the Eagle lineup as a freshman in 120 matches a year ago, typically has been solid conditioning. They're trying to bar the right arm and trap the left wrist, and he comes up too far. Jeffrey reaches for the head, and nothing with that. Now, Miller was looking at a parry, but Jeffrey turns out with 1:15 to go, and there's no break in contact. Jeffrey just spins behind instead of an escape and a takedown. He just gets a reversal. With 1:09 to go in the second period, Jeffrey Pfeiffer's now up 5-2. He'll get set on top. Again, he's got 25 career wins. He's only a sophomore. Really bright future ahead of him as he grows into it. He was thinking cradle again, but Miller got to his feet too quick. There's a good mat return and a good arm chop on that left side. Jeffrey running the parry now. He'll see if he stays with it, and he does. And he tried to throw it a little bit before he had the right side flat enough on the mat where he could step over. It didn't work. Good attempt, 45 to go. 5-2, Jeffrey Pfeiffer, leading at 138. He's trying to pick up his 6th win in his last 7 bouts. He's won 5 of his last 6. A big fall last night in the opener against Danville, which the Eagles won, but much closer than they would have cared for it to be, or much closer than it should have been, as the coaches and a couple of the wrestlers would tell you. And right now we have under 20 to go, and Jeffrey needs to maintain control here. He needs to maintain control because Miller's going to have a choice in the third period. Jeffrey with that chancery hookup, 5 seconds to go in the second period. He leads 5-2. He's going to maintain control, and that's going to end the second period. So he did all the scoring with that reversal midway through. Miller's choice is going to get set on the bottom. You may hear Les Barnhart, former BEA heavyweight and a good one in his day. He's a PA announcer tonight. Jimmy Gardner, Coach Gardner, who normally does that at all of these matches. Sad news, his father passed away. Jim Gardner Sr., a terrific Bald Eagle fan, so our condolences to Jim and Jeff and Jason and all your families. Another great Eagle supporter, a guy who loved the Eagles for decades. Has joined some of his fellow Eagle fans from the past, and our hearts and prayers go out to the Gardner family tonight. Jeffrey Pfeiffer, a good position, hooking up a cradle on that right side, and he's got the lead. And now he's going to rock Miller back, and he's going to settle in a little better. He's got to count. He's not in position right there to get the fall, but Jeffrey does that extension, body extension. Now he is in better position, and he's got Miller in trouble, and it's close, and there's a fall. In 4:53, Jeffrey Pfeiffer just won his 6th bout, and several of them have been either falls or dominant shutouts. His 6th bout in his last 7 trips on the mat, and the Eagles have a 15-0 lead. And here comes the freshman Mason Reese. He's 8-3 on the year, and there's going to be a whole lot more added to that 8 till he's done. And Mason just got a forfeit, so Mason's now 9-3 on the year. BEA is up 21-0. I did notice before this school meet started that Marion Center had 12 wrestlers. They had 6 pair out there warming up. And here comes another freshman, Cameron Dubbs. And let's see who his opponent is for Marion Center. I'm guessing this is one of the Stewarts, maybe a son of the head coach. And Stewarts have been good for a long time in Stingerland.
Wrestling on mat 2 for Harvard area, Cameron Dubbs. And for Marion Center, Calvin Rumbaugh.
Calvin Rumbaugh of the Stingers, and this is not one of the Stewarts. And Cameron Dubbs, a 6-4, a freshman, and he had a great night last night, a huge night last night. He beat his Danville opponent 3-1, made a 3-point near fall in the second period stand-up, and then got a fall against Lion Mountain, and he's got Rumbaugh in trouble. Got a fall against Lion Mountain in 153. More on that whole episode later. He's got Rumbaugh in a lot of trouble, and he's got a lot of time left. Cameron Dubbs looking for his 7th win of his freshman year. And he's got that fall in 45 seconds, and BEA goes up 27-0 over the Stingers. And this could be one of our premier bouts, maybe. We're going to find out. Noah Foltz, the Eagle Juniors, 10-1. His only.
Noah Foltz, and for Marion Center, Gavin Stewart.
Gavin Stewart of Marion Center, Noah Foltz of the Eagles. This could be a marquee matchup here tonight. Noah's only loss this season to powerful Ethan Richner, the star from Bellefonte. Noah's 10-1 on the year. Stewart, very good, very established. 27-0 the Eagles lead Noah. They're in the pummel position. We're a half a minute in, there's no scoring. Maybe a little contrast in styles here. The drag, and Stewart will work hard on his feet. Noah has improved greatly on his feet, but that's not where he prefers to be usually. Noah spins behind, and he takes Stewart down. With 1:19 to go, we'll get a restart. Noah Foltz, 10-1 of the Eagles. He's going to get set on top. Traditional start, right arm around the waist. Stewart popped up fast. We have a caution there. Now he goes opposite side, left arm start. Left arm around the waist start, drops into a spiral on that side. Noah Foltz typically down on the mats where he prefers to be. He's got Stewart's arm wrapped underneath. Noah's very dangerous with the legs. He's got 47 career wins. Had we not had a season starting so late with COVID, he'd have a bunch more than 47 right now, I'm pretty sure. He clinched the Clearfield win, mathematically clinched it about a week ago, and he's jamming that power half on Stewart. Noah's dangerous with the legs. Big and with leverage and very, very, very strong, but he may be too high there. He's got Stewart in a really awkward position. There's half a minute to go. He's going to get a near fall, but Noah uses that leverage. He's been in this type of position a lot of times. He gets a 3-point near fall, and once he's down there and once he's on top, he's typically very dangerous. And he had a double one-on-one there. We're under in the final 5 seconds, and Stewart tries to, I think he was going to try a switch, but they both kind of slipped, and Noah came back up on top, and the first period's over. A crisp takedown, 40 seconds in, and a powerful power half. Leg and split scissors combination led to a 3-point near fall. Noah Foltz has a 5-0 lead. He'll get set on the bottom. Stewart, right arm around the waist, traditional start on top. is a caution. He started a little early. Official tells him that's his second caution. Down to my right on the mat, you can't see the Williamsport Millionaires are warming up, and they're going to wrestle Marion Center next. And then the nightcap will be BEA against Williamsport. Boy, have they had some battles over the years. It's been quite a while, but they've had some. Stewart, powerful left. Spiral on the right, trying to power half with the left, but Noah gets to his feet. Can he stay up? Can he turn out? He does turn out. He gets an escape. So with 1:35 to go in the second period, junior Noah Foltz, 10-1 in the year, and he's been impressive. And he's had some tight bout wins against some really good opponents, and he's had some really dominant wins. Stewart flings, and they go off the mat. 1:26 to go, second period. Neutral Noah leads 6-0. Collar tie, there's the underhook. Another snap by Noah. Very physical, trying at chancery, and now Stewart hits a headlock. Noah rolls through that for now. Stewart brings him back. Is Stewart going to get the takedown? This could go either way. Stewart is losing control of that. Nobody has control, but he's losing position. Noah's trying to use that leverage, and he will. Stewart's hanging on. Noah's trying to step around and lace the leg. Trying to get inside, and we get a stalemate after all that. No scoring. We're going to restart neutrals. 49 seconds to go. Stewart hit a headlock. Noah rolled through about 3/4 of the way. Stewart blocked it, came back up. There was no control. And we had a noisy, crowd awakening stalemate that lasted about 20 seconds. Now they're on their feet. Noah, that right arm collar tie. Working inside. He's hit that snap attempt 3 times. Now Stewart tries one, and they're off the mat with 33 to go in the second period. Noah got a big fall last night against Danville, and then a forfeit win against Line Mountain. And another one against Halifax, and there he spins behind. Stewart's hurt. He made a really awkward shot there and stopped in mid-motion. Noah was awarded a takedown. He leads 8-0. Here comes Scott DeVore out to look at Gavin Stewart. He came down really awkward. Not really hard, but really awkward. And the Williamsport Millionaires, when they take the mat against the Eagles later tonight, the Cowboy will be with me here in Cowboy. I think they have a full lineup. There's a bunch of red and black warm-up suits over here getting ready, and they have some powerful looking people. We know they're good. We know there's half a dozen of them that saw regional action a year ago. I don't know if this one's going to continue or not. Scott DeVore, preeminent trainer, athletic trainer in all of central Pennsylvania. We've been fortunate to have him. We've had him for a couple of decades. Man, has that man ever amassed a pile of championship jackets for every different sport you can imagine, boys and girls. He's checking. I think Stewart's balance and posture, again, didn't appear to come down that hard, but he came down very awkwardly and just stopped. And when they stop, and wrestlers normally don't stop and just freeze and lock up, and that's what happened. And that one's going to end in a default. Noah Foltz will win by injury default in 3 minutes and 39 seconds over Gavin Stewart. You hate to see that, and these teams have a sectional tournament. It's a different format this year. We're going to go to 172 here in a moment. Let's see what we've got at 172. So they're still attending to Gavin Stewart over in the Marion Center corner. Eagle Senior Brady Proctor's coming out here, and the Godfather's giving him a pep talk in the corner. I'm glad we don't have the mic into that one, but it looked encouraging. The Eagles 33, the Stingers 0. We're at 172 and Eagle Senior Brady Proctor. The Eagles have
on mat 2, Brady Proctor and Aiden Couture.
Les. What's his name? The Marion Center kid. Couture. Aiden Couture of Marion Center. Brady Proctor of the Eagles. Proctor and Couture. Couture in on the shot. Brady spins. Good. The Godfather liked it. He's clapping. We're only 18 seconds in. Brady hustles back onto the mat. So does Couture. Tap and go. Brady, nice head and heel. And he spins but gets the takedown. And we're half a minute in. Brady Proctor gets that takedown. I think. And they're gonna go off the mat right down in front of the camera. 1:22 to go in the first period. Brady Proctor will get set on top. He's looking for his 25th career win. He missed almost all of last year with an injury, and it really, really, really set him back. And then he had a really strong close to the year. Won some big matches in the District 6 tournament. And now this year, senior year, COVID comes along and it kind of derails the season for the first 8 or 9 weeks. So he's going to fight hard to the end here, and he's got a 2-1 lead. We have a minute to go in the first period. Couture looking. Brady really working to bounce back from his match last night. He had a really nice lead, was in control at Danville, out of position just a little bit and gave up a fall very late in a match that he led the entire way. And that was a tough one. So, as we have, after tonight, we're done until the Section 2 tournament. These Eagles will have almost 2 weeks to get ready for that. And let's get Brady's confidence level up a little for that tournament. That's it. He goes forward. He's got a 2-1 lead. He's got the 2-1 lead on Couture. He had a nice takedown in the first 20 seconds. We have 20 seconds to go. Neither one making a leg attack now. Hairbrand, just as I say that, Brady shoots in. Couture blocks it nicely. He's trying to brace and go. He doesn't get that. That's not our buzzer. That's not our buzzer. We have 5 seconds left. That buzzer was for the junior high bout that's going on right beside us. And now this period will end. And there's the end of our bout, or our first period. Brady Proctor, that quick takedown in the first period, has a 2-1 lead. Couture has a choice. He looks at Coach Stewart. Coach Stewart says defer. Brady Proctor looks over at Coach Wallace and RG2 and the Godfather, and after he glanced over there, he took down. 2 right arm start around the waist on top. Traditional start. Brady's to his feet. He's trying to cut out. He's trying to sprawl out. He needs to get out. He needs to get out while Couture dumps him back to the mat. A good mat return. A lot of action there. No change in control. Couture on top. They're on the edge of the mat. Couture looking under the arm. Trying to work that left side. Now trying that chin. Didn't chin him back. We're going to get a restart. 1:33 to go in the second period. Brady Proctor will get set on the bottom again. The Eagle Senior has a 2-1 lead. Couture, right arm around the waist, traditional start on the whistle. Brady gets to his feet. He has to get hand control, wrist control. He's almost there. He cuts out. He has 1. Couture in on the legs, though. Brady's up 3-1, sprawling. The Godfather says kill the head. And Brady's reaching back and looking, thinking for the legs. I think he was going to try to reach back for a cradle. He didn't get it, but we're neutral. Brady has a 3-1 lead. We have 1:13 to go in the second period. And that's better motion. That's what he needs, better motion. And that collar tie, it will be Couture's choice in the third period. A good shot by Brady. Can he finish it? They're off the mat. We're going to restart with 54 seconds to go in the second period. It's 3-1. Brady Proctor leads. That early takedown's the difference so far. These two are pretty evenly matched from what I've seen. They want motion. We have 40 seconds left in the second period. It's 3-1. Both in a collar tie. Both of them. Maybe trying to set up a good leg attack of some kind. Under half a minute to go in the second period. And again, this will be real. And Brady makes a shot. And now it's really important to not give something up there. Coutu looking for the throw. Comes Pummel, and right now he doesn't get it, but he's still trying to hook it up. We're under 10 to go, and they are off the mat with 8 seconds to go in the second period. This could be a very interesting third period. It's 3-1. Brady Proctor leads. Coutu makes a shot. Brady stuffs ahead, sprawls. He's going to have enough there to avoid any further scoring in the second period. Coutu will have the choice. He looks over at Coach Stewart, who tells him to take down. The Eagle bench exhorts Brady Proctor to keep fighting. He's got a 3-1 lead. Brady's going to get set on top. Left arm around the waist. Traditional start on the whistle. Coutu starts to come up. Brady gets into that claw. Well, and he gave up on the claw. He was looking for a cradle. Coutu's out. It's 3-2. This one may go down to the wire. It may go down to a takedown or a big move. Neither wrestler has been warned for stalling at this point. It's a collar tie. They're both in. They both need a leg attack. They both need to maintain offense. We're going to get a restart. It's 3-2. Brady Proctor leads, 1:24 to go. Coutu hustles back on. Brady trots back on behind him. Here we go. Coutu on a shot. Brady had a chance. He spins. He gets 2. He counters. He goes up 5-2. And he now needs to watch his position. He needs to return Coutu and keep his hips up, and he does. So far, that's good. It's 5-2. They're in the corner in front of the Mount Union coaches, and they are off the mat with 1:02 to go in the third period. Brady Proctor, his second takedown. He has a 5-2 lead. He's going to get set. Traditional start, left arm up, round on top. On the whistle, Coutu works to his feet, tries a near side, a shoulder roll. Brady stays with that, stays in control. Coutu comes up and he's out. It's 5-3, 50 seconds to go. Coutu needs a takedown to tie it. Brady needs to stay in position and offense oriented. 40 seconds to go. It's 5-3. Both in a collar tie. Coutu trying to pull it in. I don't know if he's going to try to drop right under that mid-body and try a throw. No, he's going to look at a double. He's going to lift, and Brady should be in good position there. Now Coutu getting ahead on the outside. Brady blocking, Brady spin, Brady gets a takedown. 7-3. We have 15 to go, and the Eagle senior is looking for his 25th career win. And he's looking to keep the Eagles so far in command of a shutout lead here. And Brady Proctor will pick up a much, much needed win. He gets it 7-4. It's over. Coutu escaped with 3 seconds left. And the Eagles the Eagle lead goes to 36-0. And now we're going to go to 189, and here comes junior Matthew Knapp. And he had a fine night last night. He got falls against both Danville and Halifax, and he lost a real close battle. Very close battle. Against Ryan Mountain, against a really good opponent. Gavin Palco of Marion Center, and Matthew Knapp of BEA, the Eagle Junior. They're off the mat. These are two bruisers. We're only 10 seconds in. Palco had a nice shot there. BEA 36. And Marion Center 0. We started at 126. Cooper Gillum let us off with a fall. Matthew spinning, and Palco blocks that. Now Matthew will stay in position, and he'll keep battling and battling. A very well conditioned for a big kid. And he will stay persistent and steady, and he's going to get a takedown. There it is. I'm about 2 seconds ahead of the official on that, but it's awarded. And he's only in his third year of wrestling, folks. He was a one-year junior high wrestler, according to Coach Steve Stem. Came in and filled a spot last year as a 10th grader on the varsity. And he has gotten better and better and better, and he's got another year left. And right now he's got a 2-0 lead with a minute to go in the first period. Left arm spiral or tight waist, I can't tell, but he's tying up the right wrist. Now he's dropping in. That's a tilt. Matthew likes the tilts, and he's going to get a count for at least 2. No, he doesn't get the 2 count. He got a 1 and a 1 and a half, and he didn't get enough for the back points, but he's got 40 seconds left, and he's got Palco broken down on the mat. Very methodical, and nothing fancy and nothing flashy. But very good conditioning and an excellent student in the classroom. All those things add up to give a guy that doesn't have a lot of wrestling experience a promising potential. And he's looking for maybe a cross-face cradle, and he's very strong. And the first pinning combination I think that he learned once he became a varsity wrestler. And there it is, and he's looking, and he's rocking, and he's got Palco in trouble. And, you know, it came after the towel was late. I don't think so. Let's see here. The fall was awarded. The buzzer didn't go off. He had Palco really locked up with that cradle. And I'm going to say the time of the fall had to be 2 minutes or 1:59. And here comes Eagle sophomore Mason McCauley, a wrestler, a first-year wrestler. Class, what's his name? Dan Smith. Dan Smith at Marion Center, and Eagle sophomore Mason McCauley going out of here at 2:15. And we're scoreless, 20 seconds in. Again, Mason, Smith in on a shot, and they're off the mat, no points. We'll restart with 1:43 to go. Again, Mason, very, very new to the sport. Eagle coach does a good job of talking to him, getting a 10th grader to come out for the team. In a big frame, get in the weight room and be here for a couple of years. And right now he's scoreless with Smith. And and now he's going pummel position. Mason's going pummel position. He has to stay out of there. Smith thinking front headlock. Mason, now Smith trying to hook up a cradle while they're neutral, and he's got Mason in a cradle. Smith's driving. He's driving. Mason trying to fight that off. Smith has a 2-0 lead. There's a lot of time left. A lot of time. Smith pressing. He's got Mason in trouble, and there is the fall in 1:05. So Smith of Marion puts the stingers on the board. He pins Mason McCauley in 1:05. And now you're going to see out comes the defending District 6 AA champion at 285, Big Marvin Beatty. And Big Marvin is very good, very good. He's got about somewhere around 90 career wins. He was 4th a year ago in the region, so he went to Hershey. And he's considered by far the odds-on favorite to defend his District 6 title. Very quick, big, and agile. And he's wrestling Nathan Antonuccio, the Eagle senior, who really, this is his first year as a senior, first year out for wrestling since his junior high years. Beatty runs that bar. He goes after all of his opponents the same. And he's got Nathan in a lot of trouble, and there is the fall. So the Stingers have picked up back-to-back falls from the two biggest Stingers have scored 12 team points. And it's 42-12 BEA with 3 bouts remaining, 106, 113, and 120. And here comes Lucas Fye. And I think against a younger Stewart who's very good.
Now wrestling for Bulgaria, Lucas Fry. And for Marion Center, Camden Stewart.
So and I believe he's a freshman too, and they're both highly regarded. Lucas Fye, though, the Cowboy and I call him the Pine Glen Pinner, and he's going to go after that cradle. Lucas is a horse, and he has a cradle hooked up on Stewart. Down the road, Lucas's experience in a span of 2 hours last night at Line Mountain may do him a world of good. He gets a 3-point near fall. We still got 1:20 to go, and Lucas will keep trying that cross-face cradle, I think. And he'll take his time, and he is very strong. We didn't know what to call him, and so now we called him the Pine Glen Pinner. He got another one last night, and it was a big one against Line Mountain. The 9th grader at 106. He pinned a 19-2 opponent last night in the BEA, the almost old days type legendary comeback. He got a fall. Owen Johnson got in the lineup and got a fall. And Cohen Bainey got a fall, and the Eagles came back from a 32-20 deficit and beat an excellent Line Mountain team, 38-32. If you go to the Line Mountain website and watch it, it's something worth watching. He picked up yet another near fall. He's got a 10-0 lead, and he's cranking on yet another cradle. And we have 20 seconds to go in the first period, and Lucas Fye is on the brink of either getting a fall or going up maybe 13-0. But he's looking, and he has a lot of falls with cradles. He pinned Corey Walls at Tyrone with one. He pinned Evan Davis of Clearfield, and that was ultimately the difference. Stewart's got, I think, a bloody nose. So with 1:03 to go. With 1:03 to go in the first period, freshman Lucas Fye, and we talked about that while we have a timeout here. Last night, the Eagles beat Danville 40-27, but really weren't happy overall with the performance. 2 Eagles got pinned while leading their bouts, and Lucas was one of them. Now, he lost to an excellent opponent. He lost to a kid that was 10-1 coming in, and he and Lucas both up until last night, their only loss for each of them was to Jersey Shore's outstanding Brock Weiss. Lucas was leading that match. He had a cradle hooked up. He got a little out of position. His opponent stepped over and got the fall. An hour or so later, with the dual meet in the balance and the Eagles down by 12 and Lucas the first of the last 3 bouts, he had a 19-2 opponent from Line Mountain, and the Line Mountain folks felt pretty good about it until Lucas mauled his opponent and then eventually decked him in 3:13. And then there were more heroics from fellow freshman Owen Johnson after that, who got a fall, got in the lineup and got a fall. And Cohen Bainey clinched it. And that's the end of the period. But back on that meet, 38-32, the Eagles won. And the Eagles talk about their freshmen. Now, it was a total team effort. But the Eagles got 23 points out of their 9th graders in that. They got falls out of Lucas and Owen Johnson and Cameron Dubbs, and they got a 17-3 major decision from Matt Reese. I'm sorry, they scored 22 points from those freshmen. And there's a tech fall. Lucas Fye will win by tech fall in 2 minutes and 10 seconds, and the Eagles will go up 47-12. That one ends 15-0. And here comes the 122nd district champion in BEA history. And he gets against Cohen Bainey. He gets a forfeit. And now at 120, Hunter Gardner for the Eagles will wrestle in the last bout of the night. The Eagles lead 53-12.
Now wrestling at 120. For Bavaria, Hunter Gardner, and for Marion Center, Ethan Ashcroft.
Ethan Ashcroft, the Marion Center, tries to headlock Eagle freshman Hunter Gardner. Hunter will have none of that. He takes Ashcroft down physically, and Hunter Gardner is going to be a good one. Another one of those freshmen, and due to the lineup switch against Line Mountain last night, he was not in the lineup. But he got a fall later in the evening against Halifax, the Eagles' 66-6 win. he's got Ashcroft tied up pretty well there. He's got that double one-on-one. He always tries to do that and then jump out to a half one. And he goes to either side. So he started left and didn't like that and went back to the right. And now he's thinking about the left side again, and still a lot of time to go. He's got a 2-0 lead. And now he's trying to pressure that left side. He's got the right side trapped well. He loses that arm. Brings it right back in now. Ashcroft doing a good job staying out of trouble by tying up the leg. Hunter's got to click that loose, and he's got 50 seconds to go. He's trying to step it around the head. He's barring it. He's got the left bar. He's got the right side trapped. He's got a lot of time. He's putting steady pressure. He's reaching under. He's got a bounce. He's going. They say go to the ear. He does. He will take Ashcroft to his back. He'll get at least a 2-point near fall out of that. The 2's down. He maintains control. He pulls that far arm under, and he will continue to work. And he's a freshman. The Eagles have some good freshmen in this class, and they have a powerhouse junior high team coming behind them. And Hunter's got a cradle. He's got Ashcroft. He's trying to win this in this period, and he may run out of time. It's very close, very close. And he's out of time. He's out of time. He'll get a 3. After all that, I guess he didn't get. He got a 3-point near fall. They have 5-0 on the scoreboard. I thought they missed a 2-pointer that was awarded earlier, but I guess not. Hunter's going to get set on the bottom. BEA has won the dual meet. It'll be the 721st. 721. All-time Hunter's out for an escape in 5 seconds. He's up 6-0. Immediately pursuing into Ashcroft. Ashcroft now makes a nice shot. There's another headlock attempt by Ashcroft. Hunter's in. They're off the mat. We're going to restart with 1:43 to go. Again, we'll be going to mute shortly after this one, and we'll be back on when the Cowboy arrives. When he rides into town to watch the Eagles take on the powerful Williamsport Millionaires, a AAA program from District 4. And I can tell you, as Ashcroft kind of hanging on the head, only points in this, the only point in this period was Hunter's quick escape. So Ashcroft not backing down. They're still battling pretty hard. Ashcroft trying to load up a headlock, and there he gets one. He gets a headlock. The official gave 2. And now he certainly did get 2. There for a minute I wasn't sure, but he comes up on top. No back points. But so now Ashcroft picking up the pace a little bit. Hunter Gardner. Now that right leg, that cross-body ride. What's Ashcroft thinking about? Not a Jacobs, no. I thought guillotine, but he didn't go under the far arm. He's got 20 seconds left. Now he's thinking right leg, cross-body, power half to the left. He's wrenching on it. We have 10 seconds to go in the period. Hunter Gardner was in command of this bout, and now it's evened up a little bit. There's that jam and power half attempt, and the period will end. I think they're going to question the back points in it. Yeah. Yeah, he missed 2. He missed a 2 in the first. I'm going to help out. Wally saw it too. He signaled 2. That's what I said now. RG2's questioning what I said at the end of the first period. Hunter had a takedown. The official signaled 2 back points, and he had the 2 down. They rolled around a little bit more, another combination, and then he put up 3. The Eagle bench looking, Wally knows. 2, and then Wally and I are on the same sheet. Wally and I think it's 8-2, and I've kept a lot of score in my head and on charts and everything over the years. Now the kinder, gentler Eddie Hockenberry's question it, and okay, he's going to take a seat. So it is 6-2. That's what I said in the first period, folks. Hunter Gardner had a takedown and was awarded. The 2 points were down, a 2-point near fall, and they were never flashed on the board. And then about 40 seconds later, he was awarded a 3-point near fall for a completely different pinning combination. Those points are on the board. Right now we're neutral. We have 1:40 to go. And Ashcroft's not backing off, and he's tying up the head and thinking about a chancery or maybe another, not a headlock attempt from there, but that hook and chancery, and off the mat they go with 1:33 to go. A couple dandy lightweights here. Hunter Gardner leads 6-2.
Hey, good stance here now. Where's the shot? Got to protect your face.
Now Ashcroft on a shot. Hunter's become very defensive, and the Godfather doesn't like it. He keeps asking him where his shot is. And Hunter, there is his shot. So he heard the masked fella by the wall, and it's 8-2. We have 1 minute to go in the bout, and Hunter's looking to bar that left arm. Barring a pipe wrench, maybe. Well, and now what do we have? Blood time. Somebody's bleeding. We don't know who yet. It's Hunter Gardner. It's Eagle blood, and Scott DeVore's going to come out and clean that up. 59 to go in the final bout of the opening dual meet on this card. Hunter Gardner has an 8-2 lead. The Eagles lead 53-12. The Eagles are now, with this win, 7-1 in the year. They've won 7 straight, and not only have they won 7 straight, but I did an interesting look, and this is the 72nd dual meet that the Eagles have wrestled under RG2, and they are now 53-19 in those dual meets. Now, this is no slight to one era or another, but Coach Rhodes, who's in every Hall of Fame you can be in, who coached a team that's got a banner straight across from me that was named national champions in the United States 22 years ago. He had 398 wins in his career. So he looked at his first 72 coaching dual meets at BEA, and the Eagles were 30 wins, 41 losses, and 1 draw. They were 11 wins under 500 in this RG2 era. As I just said, they are 53-19. That's 34 wins over 500. Now, I know it's early, and RG2 probably won't coach till he's 75, although he might. Burnside Township's never had a guy coach that long. Hunter Gardner's on top. Ashcroft spins. Comes up. I thought he was going to try a standing switch, but Hunter blocked that nicely, and now good tight ride. A good 2-on-1, trying to go into a tilt, trying to elevate and trying to get the count. There he's got a count. Now let's see. He's in good position there. We have under 40 to go in the bout. Now we have a half a minute to go. He's going to get at least 3 there. He does have to watch his own position, his own back slightly, but right now he looks fine. He looks fine. He's hanging on there with 20 to go. And now he got reversed, so that will, unless he can get out, and they want him to get out, they want him to fight for the point to get a major. They want him to get one, and Ashcroft never quit fighting there, got a reversal, and that reversal wiped out the major decision, and Hunter Gardner will win 11-4. The Eagles will beat Marion Center 56-12, and on the heels of winning last night. So now we're going to have an exhibition bout. So Les is going to tell me who this exhibition bout is.
This is an exhibition match on mat 1 for Baltimore area Nate Fry, and for Marion Center, Alex Stewart.
Alex Stewart of Marion Center and Nate Fry of BEA. Fry and Stewart. Now this Stewart I don't think is related to the other two. The other two are related to the head coach. Nice match, Hunter. Good match, boys. Nate Fry and Stewart. Collar tie, head to head.
Hey, good stance here. Hey, don't be standing up.
Fry in, head outside. Started out as a high crotch, turned into a single where he was out of position, and Stewart doing a good job at the crossface. Gets his hips down and gets a takedown. Nathan Fry comes up, comes out, no award yet of a takedown. Nathan looking for that chancery. He's going to have one, and they're going to go off the mat. That's an entertaining start. 55 to go. Exhibition bout. And I think that's the only exhibition bout we have. Nathan Fry and Stewart of Marion Center. There's a high crotch attempt by Stewart. He's lifting. We have half a minute to go. He takes Nathan down to his back. He's trying to get the grapevines in. He's got Nathan in trouble. Stewart body pressing. He's got a lot of time yet. He's got over 20 seconds to go. He's looking.
Make sure your hands are covering his shoulder blades.
He's pressing. There's 10 seconds to go. Nathan fighting that. Stewart looking for the fall. He's looking for the fall. We're in the waning seconds. Nathan gets that right shoulder up just slightly, and he will give up 3. It is 7-1. Stewart will take a 7-1 lead into the second period. Nathan is going to start on the bottom in the second period. He trails 7-1. On the whistle, Stewart stops his first move. Now Nathan goes into a short sit, back up to his feet, trying to get wrist control, hand control. He does. Stewart was thinking about a cradle maybe. Nathan reaching back through, trying to come out face to face and come around. It's close, and he does. He reverses Stewart, and he goes in, and he has a half in on the right side. It's 7-3. And now he's got to drive it and run it. Now he's going to jump over and try to hook up a cradle on the left side. And he's got a lot of time. And he's got that cradle hooked up. I think he does have it hooked up. He pulls it almost too far, and he's got Stewart in trouble. He was down 7-1, but he's got Stewart in a lot of trouble. It's very close. You can see on the camera how close it is. He's rocking on his shoulders. And there's a fall in 3:01, down 7-1. Nathan Fry starts the second period on the bottom. Gets a reversal, hooks up a cradle on the way around, and gets a fall in 3:01, and that will be the last bout of the Marion Center BEA dual meet. And on this mat that you're looking at right now, that's empty pretty soon, we will have the same Marion Center Stingers coming out shortly to take on the Williamsport Millionaires. And
At this time,
we will go to mute, but the folks and that one.
The next two
That one will start.
Wrestle will be Marion Center and Williamsport. If you are not here for that match, we would ask you to gather your things.
Now the match, it says that the match will start at 1:20 on the wall.
Thank you.
But I thought they slid it the other way, and I was thinking they would start the next one at 1:32. So we'll see. But that'll be Marion Center and Williamsport. Again, the Eagles are 7-1 on the year, and while we have a quick lull here before we go to mute, for those of you still listening, then after BEA wrestles Williamsport tonight, according to the coaches, That will be the last dual meet of the year, and we're 7-1, so we will have 9 dual meets total after tonight. The Eagles are off then until, in this COVID era, the Section 2 tournament. 6 teams will be here on Tuesday night, February 16th. The top 2 wrestlers, top 2 finishers at each weight class will advance to the District 6 tournament on Saturday, February 20th in Altoona. So we need to get a bunch of finalists in that Section 2 tournament, for sure. And those teams are BEA, the host Eagles, of course, Penns Valley, Phillipsburg Osceola, West Branch, Moshannon Valley, and St. Joseph's Catholic Academy up from Bollesburg. And I think St. Joe's, I know they have 2 outstanding wrestlers. I don't know how many more kids are on their team this year, but they will they'll be here. So in any of the weight classes, obviously, I'm assuming with 6, maximum of 6 in a weight class, the first top 2 will get byes. They'll be seeded 1 through 6, and they'll wrestle it from there. And they have a format in place to crown a true second place finisher. So we'll see how that goes. A true second place finisher. Top 2 go to districts. The district will have 8 wrestlers. There's 4 sections. We're Section 2. So the district level is where we're going to see Tyrones and Mount Unions and Glendales and Forest Hills and Bishop McCourts and all of those folks, in Westmont Hilltop, the toppers. And in that 8 wrestler bracket that make it to the districts, the top 3 will advance to a regional tournament. So there's a whole lot of odd obstacles on the road, the individual road to Hershey this year. Again, we'll be back maybe in an hour. Tune in about an hour to watch BEA and Williamsport. Williamsport and Marion Center will be out here very shortly. Okay, good evening again, everybody. Back on the air. Todd Warner, joined by the Cowboy Adam Day.
Folks.
I'm glad the Cowboy's here. I was up here by myself for that earlier match when the Eagles beat Marion Center 56-12. We're going to get underway here very soon, like imminently. BEA and District 4 AAA Power Williamsport in a dual meet that on paper, we're kind of debating that, but on paper it looks like the Millionaires are favored. Jeffrey Pfeiffer.
Jeffrey Pfeiffer, Florida, and Austin Stuber, Williamsport.
Austin who?
Austin Stuger.
Austin Stuger to Williamsport. Jeffrey Pfeiffer of the Eagles. And Jeffrey's at 138. Adam, he looked impressive in that last match.
He did.
So
You say Stuger did look impressive?
No, Adam, Jeffrey did.
Oh, Jeffrey did.
Against Marion Center.
Okay.
And he picked up his sixth win in his last 7 bouts, all since he moved up from 132. He's at 138 here. Last night he was at 145. Because he and Mason Reese, the freshman, Jeffrey's only a sophomore, I guess both weighed in at 138.
Like I said, the last meet, when you let the kid eat a steak, he does a little better.
Yeah, let the kid eat, and he does a lot better. And he's 6-4 now on the year. He's got 26 career wins. Right now, that's our scoreboard up there, by the way.
Okay.
So that confused people.
Yeah.
There's a junior high match, and they're running cross match. The other thing about our scoreboard,
I was
Adam,
looking up there, I thought Jeffrey Pfeiffer's not 80 pounds, and that's what the scoreboard here says.
Sugared in on the leg. But Jeffrey, if he can get the hip up and get that leg in, how's this going to go? We have a chance here. We have a chance to score. This one could go either way. It could end up a stalemate. Jeffrey's working himself into position. We need to win this one in there. I think he's got it. He's got a takedown. Adam, one thing to be aware of, they'll have a towel runner out here. Right here, you see him at the table to tell the official when time's out. Our buzzer, the buzzer you hear, folks, is going to be the buzzer for the junior high match.
Okay.
So there's no buzzer for this one here. You'll see the signal guy run out 5 seconds before. There's 19 seconds to go here in the first period. Nice takedown, Adam, for Jeffrey. He was in trouble, it looked like, and he ended up getting the 2.
Yeah, I thought they might call the stalemate there, but I'm glad they didn't, obviously, with the result that happened.
I thought we were going to get hit with a stalemate call there, too, and the fact that he just kept moving a little bit at a time and keep moving, adjusted his position, he got the takedown. Jeffrey is going to get set on top. I hope his family's got family in Crawford County. I hope they're tuned in tonight. He's got that right arm start around the waist, traditional start, and he drops right into a tight waist with it. Now he's, I thought maybe Merkel, but right now he's going to try to kill the clock, I hope. And he looked up at the scoreboard. Our kids are used to looking up at that.
Right.
And that's the end of the period. Again, no buzzer on that mat. If you hear a buzzer, it's on the junior high mat next to us.
Stubert's going to defer. Jeffrey's taken down.
And we need to score in this period, Adam. They're all important.
They are all important.
Because you pointed out, dual meets are about matchups, and Williamsport has some point-scoring kids in their lineup.
They really do. You're going to see them, scattered throughout their lineup today, and this is a match we need to get some points right here.
87 pounds.
Jeffrey up to his base, nice.
Lillian Rumsey.
Peel that arm out, get the hips out.
He's got one with 1:38 to go. Jeffrey has a 3-0 lead. And now keep the pressure up, Jeffrey. Keep the pace, keep the pressure. Try to get a takedown here. Yes, and Wally's telling them we need points. So
Wally wants more points than just 3.
Yeah, he wants a bonus win. Jeffrey's been picking up bonus wins all over the place lately. He might as well pick up another one here in the last dual meet of the season for the Eagles. They're 7-1. They've won 7 straight since that opening loss to Central Mountain. Jeffrey's in the underhook, double underhook, and they're on the edge of the mat. Maybe get a restart. No, not yet. Now they're back on. Jeffrey leads 3-0. Stuttgart has the choice in the third period, and they're off the mat with 54 seconds to go. I think the Eagles, they're more attuned to this matchup than I was. The Eagles are counting on winning this one, I think, Adam.
Yeah, I think they are. And it's like Jeffrey's counting on winning this one too, but he's got to get that leg free. I don't know what's going to happen. Now I think they're trying not to give up too.
Well, he comes back in nicely. There's no control there yet. No control.
I think right now we're hoping for a stalemate.
Maybe. All right, and we got it. We got a potentially dangerous. So they're going to restart. Nobody hurt, no points. 26 seconds to go in the second period. Jeffrey Pfeiffer up 3-0. Stuttgart of Williamsport. Jeffrey typically very, very solid with conditioning. We've liked that since we saw his varsity debut last year against Clearfield when he broke the Bison's hearts. Remember that night, Adam?
I
It seemed
do.
like yesterday. The world never heard of COVID yet at that point.
40 pounds later.
40 pounds later, 30 pounds later, and Stuttgart in on the leg, and Jeffrey's going to whizzer and fend that one off, and that's the end of the period.
I know Wally and the rest of the coaches are still hoping for bonus, but
I want to get a decision win here first.
yeah, I'm not saying I'm not hoping for bonus, but more than anything, you just want the win.
And the Williamsport Rasper Stuttgart will take down Jeffrey with that 3-point lead. We'll get set traditional start, right arm around the waist. On the whistle, he stops Stuttgart's first move. That's a good start. Stuttgart short sit.
Breaks him down flat. That's what you want to see.
Position, position, position. Adam, what are you thinking here? You probably don't want to give up two because this guy rolls around. If you have to give up anything, you give up one, and then you really go to work with your body position. And there's
Now he looks pretty comfortable on top, just not able to hook anything up yet.
well, he almost got too high.
As
Now
soon
he's
as I
out.
said that, he got too high.
Well, now, as soon as you said that again, he is trying to hook something up.
Yeah, he's trying.
Trying to bear in and maybe hook up a cross-face cradle. He's forcing the action. He's getting a lot of instruction. This time they're all giving him instruction except the Godfather is pretty quiet back there.
It's unusual.
Yeah. But now with 55 to go in the bout, Jeffrey still leading 3-0. He's been physically dominant on top here. Now you want to keep working aggressively, but you don't want to make a mistake to lead the entire match and hook it up. Make sure you have it before you try to do anything with it. He picks it up, and we used to call that the thump. He thumps Stuttgart back to the mat.
Right.
And a 3-0 lead.
Well, I think these are all low-risk attempts.
Yeah.
You know, something that's not going to, put you on your back and end up losing the match.
And there's that hard crossface. Hard crossface, you got to be careful there. Stuttgart looking to come out. He's looking to come out. Still no change of control. 10 seconds to go. And now we're going to watch the clock. Adam, you watch the action. I'll watch the clock. The clock's winding down. 2-1, and that'll do it. That'll do it. Jeffrey will win that one 3-1, and that first period takedown was the difference. So BEA draws first blood in what?
Yeah, what I thought was going to be a stalemate turned out to be the winning takedown.
And here comes the freshman, 9-3, Mason Reese, who's a 138-pounder, but he's up at 145. Riley Bauer.
Oh boy.
So this is a tough one for Mason Reese. Give me the scoop on Bauer. Bauer very quick. I think he's been to Hershey.
Bauer's been to Hershey. Did not place at Hershey last year, but anyone that's been to Hershey, less than a freshman,
is pretty good. Bauer took Mason down pretty quick there. Now he's trying to work a bar to the right and run it. Bauer, you said they're twins, right?
Yeah, they're twins. I think the other one is going to be our last match of the day, I believe.
Oh, so he's their 132 pound.
I think so.
Okay. Mason trying to fight through that. He gave up the count. Mason keeps moving, and that's good.
Good fight, Mason.
Good fight. against the best opponent you've probably seen this year, I would think, in your young career.
Yep.
Are these Bowers juniors?
Yes, both of them. Well,
So-
obviously, for twins, they're both juniors.
So you see, yeah. I not always, but in this case, yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's possible they wouldn't be, but
So we have 50 seconds to go, and Mason Reese fighting hard against a very high quality opponent. 2 years ahead of him in varsity experience, a whole lot of matches ahead. Somebody who is, as Adam said, has been to Hershey, has been through the grinders of the Northwest AAA regional tournament and the District 4-9 AAA tournament. And Bauer with that tilt's going to pick up 2. It's 2 so far.
Now wrestling on mat
Bauer
2,
trying to work the
94
shoulder.
pounds.
Eagle
For
coaches
Williamsport,
get animated there, and right now, I don't know if we have. We're going to adjust the camera slightly. We have to kind of keep an eye on that with the angle we're at. But right now, the period will end, and it was a dominant first period for one of Williamsport's top wrestlers, one of the more highly regarded wrestlers in the Northwest AAA region, Riley Bauer. Mason gets the choice. He defers, and Bauer immediately, without hesitation, says that he's going neutral. I mentioned last night, Adam, that in that big win over Line Mountain, the Eagles got 22 points out of 4 freshmen. They got falls. They got a major out of Mason here, and we thought he had a fall at the end of the second period, and they got falls out of as Bauer picks Mason up and takes him down with 1.5 minutes to go in the second period. It's 9-0, but Mason had a 17-3 major, and Lucas Fye and Owen Johnson, 2 terrific performances and falls, and Cameron Dubbs got a first period fall.
Yep.
In the middle of that, and man, when you beat a team like Line Mountain 38-22, and 22 of your 38 points came from those 4 freshmen,
you gotta be happy with that.
I'm real happy with that. So
We got a minute left here. Mason's down 9-0.
and he's fighting hard.
He
And it
is
isn't like
fighting.
he's not.
And we mentioned before, this is probably the toughest opponent he's seen to date.
Bauer very physical and very strong. I don't even know. I mean, Bauer's very skilled, but this isn't as much a skill difference as it is just a physical maturity difference right now, Adam.
Gotta bar that arm up.
And Mason down 9-0, but he continues to fight. And as far as the dual meet's concerned, every point's going to count and be important, and it's potentially dangerous. We're going to get a restart with 25 seconds left. Bauer say something to the official. We questioned why that was stopped.
Yeah, he said something. I don't think it was out of context.
Well, he's going. He starts neutral, so he gives Mason the point. It's 9-1. He goes rushing 2-on-1, gets behind Mason. There's a takedown with 17 to go in the second period. It's 11-1. Bauer leading. And more than anything, it's a physical difference. That's and I've seen in 1 year's time where those can get reversed, and the gap can close quickly if the right things come together. We're going to go to the third period. I don't know what happened there. Mason Reese going to take top. Yeah, I heard Bauer came across the throat pretty hard there. I think that was what he...
I heard someone yell throat there. I don't know, maybe he lost his breath. Or...
There's a spiral. Mason starts on top. He's down 11-1. He's had a great freshman year. Okay, nothing hurt there.
Is that the force potentially dangerous?
Well, we did, and I'm curious. Okay, it's 12-1. After all that, he gets the escape. So we have 1:44 to go.
Let's go. You be tough. Let's go. Finish this tough.
Bauer really tough, and I don't know.
Get your elbow.
Obviously, a match like this, Bauer pressing, trying to get the fall. See, the Eagle coaches thought that was an illegal hold. It's a technical fall, 17-1. So Williamsport, the call him Jersey Shore, is up 5-3 with Riley Bauer winning by tech fall 17-1 and 436. Now Mason's 9-4 and we're done now. He gets till the 16th. He's got 12 nights to get ready for the Section 2 tournament. Santino White, is that who he called? Santino White of Jersey, I keep calling him Jersey Shore, but Lake County. Williamsport, and here comes the freshman Cameron Dubbs. Cameron's 7-4 on the year, and he's been really, really solid lately. He had a huge night last night, a great night. Beat a high-quality Danville opponent 3-1 and got a fall in the first period against Line Mountain, and he picked up a forfeit against Halifax. And in the last match, he had a really dominant performance against Marion Center. So Cameron Dubbs, a freshman at 152, and it's never easy to be that big and be a freshman up on the varsity. Santino White of Williamsport. So we're going to see Cameron Dubbs likes it. He doesn't back off from anybody, Adam.
I thought we were going to see someone get tossed.
Boring in like a bull. And I mean like a bull. And I can tell you, he is going to be a horse till he's grown up. He's only in 9th grade. He's not having any of this. And there's that nice, and I call it the snatch single, and he's got White hopping on one leg, and he's going to take White down. Good, powerful, hard takedown to freshman Cameron Dubbs. This was a freshman it was really good to bring up this year. And he's got a teammate down in the junior high that's about the same size that'll be up here with him next year. He just wasn't old enough this year. So Cameron looks good.
20 seconds left to go in the first. Cameron's looking good. He's got the 2-0 lead over Santino White. And
you know, Adam, we've watched him, and he has gotten better, regardless of outcomes here in Section 2. He's gotten better every time out. I mean, against Clearfield, he wrestled Klein.
I've seen progress since his first match.
Oh, my. Especially on the offensive side, scoring points and being aggressive. And we're going to have a restart with 4 seconds left, so keep him down, Cameron. Let's take this 2-0 lead to the second period. White gets to his feet. Cameron, a good mat return, and that'll do it. So Cameron Dubbs, in this third bout of the dual meet between BEA and Williamsport, White defers, and Cameron's going to have the choice, and he looks at Wally, and he gets the sign down. So Cameron Dubbs, what a bright future. White's going to get on top. He's going to get set right arm. Traditional start, right arm around the waist. Cameron right to his feet immediately.
Pulls them hands off. And push on.
10 seconds. An escape in 10 seconds. I'll take that any time. Cameron's up 3-0.
He's going right back to that collar tie.
And he doesn't hesitate to stick his forehead in there.
No, he doesn't.
I think a lot of these folks that have tied up with him have realized that he's got pretty good strength for a 9th grader.
Right.
Like right there.
Santino probably just realized that.
Santino in on the leg, White in on the leg, and White movement and mover, and he's athletic. And Cameron fended that off.
They didn't panic.
No, that's a good point, Adam. He didn't. He's calm, kind of a calm demeanor. It's just tough. I mean, his dad was tough. I'm sure Russ is a cousin. Russ was really tough. And now he's in the pummel. Cameron likes that. Let's see what we got. Is he going to set it up? He's got to make sure his hips are right, though. 40 to go. He's trying to lock it up on White. He's got a 3-0 lead. White fights out of that. White's a good, strong motion-filled athlete too, and White will have the choice in the third period. So this last half a minute of the second period is real important. You're off the mat. We'll restart with 32 to go. Cameron Dubbs, the freshman. Well, we got to quit calling them underdogs, but he probably was coming into this one, and he's up 3-0. And White will have the choice in the third period. We'll see how that goes. You call it, Adam, the collar tie. Good position.
Yeah, Cameron, he really does like that collar tie coming in. He looks comfortable in there with it.
He's a brawler. Now here's an issue, and that's a problem, because there and that's, wow.
It's a lot of action.
So they're going to have to sort that out maybe at the table. After all that,
is that 2, and 2?
He gave White a 4-point. He gave him a reversal or a takedown and 2 back points. He gave Cameron an escape. So we're honing in a little. We had a nice view there. I guess the monitor's a little different. We're going to set that up, and now we're in a precarious situation where Cameron tried that big move. You can't fault him there, and he fought out of that when he got in trouble. Cameron leads 5-4. He's on top, but he's going to have to keep White down. This one could go a long way. If this dual meet's really going to be as tight as some people thought it might be, this one could go a long way to determine what happens. Cameron's on top. There's been these guys have moved constantly, and now they're kind of tired, both of them.
Oh, it is the third period.
And they're wearing masks. You know, that's the other thing, you know.
Cam's trying to get a dish rod up there.
He is. He may be looking at a bar. He could reach under. He's in position. I thought he might reach back and go after a ball and chain. He's got White down on the mat. He's trying to stuff the head.
Eagles coaches want to know what Bottom's doing. I'm wondering the same thing.
He hasn't moved much. Cameron trying to get a half in on that, and he's got to step around it. He's got to keep the right wrist trapped, and he's driving, and he is on his way, but nothing yet. No turn, and the shoulder's going to roll and save White. Is White hanging on to the? And now he's driving again, and Cameron Dubbs has a 1-point lead, and he's driving, and now he's going to get back points, and he's driving, and we need a fall, Cameron, and there he is! In 5:41, the ninth grader. He's now 8-4 in the year. He's going to be a good one, Adam.
Cameron Dubbs is pumped. The Eagle coaches are pumped. The Eagle wrestlers are pumped.
We were talking about former beast-type Bald Eagle wrestlers, and we were talking about a guy from 30 years ago, Danny McCaslin, when he came up. And Cameron Dubbs with that collar tie and going at you like a wild man. That's what he reminds us of. And now who do we have here? Here's a new Eagle.
Nate Fry.
So Nate Fry is out for the Eagles at 160 against Marion from Williamsport. Marion pretty established, I think, Adam.
Marion very established. 32-11 last year, 4th place at regionals.
So he missed going to Hershey by 1 win, and he's got Nathan Fry in trouble, and he's got a fall out of a tilt. So Marion very good. Marion gets a fall. Williamsport is back up 11-9. That's going to bring Noah Foltz out. 11-1 Noah Foltz.
Now wrestling on mat 1 for Williamsport, Sebastian Robinson. For the Eagles, Noah Foltz.
Robinson of Williamsport and Noah Foltz of the Eagles, and he's up at 172, and I'm looking to see who we have. I think we're having that move where we're looking at Brady Proctor warming up 189. Brady got a nice win against Marion Center.
Yep.
And then we're looking at it looks like Matthew Knapp's going to probably come out at 215. And a nice sharp takedown by Noah Foltz 20 seconds in. The Eagles trail 11-9, but Noah's got a 2-0 lead. He's trying to put the blue and gold back on top. He's got Sebastian Robinson broken down. He's looking over to hook up a cradle.
Cradle locked up.
Adam's on the call. Up. What are you calling, Adam?
Now Sebastian was able to break that cradle there. Minute 20 to go. Noah's looking tough on top. Up 2-0. Got the legs in.
See that laced leg and the power half coming in. He won by injury default earlier tonight against a very solid Gavin Stewart of Marion Center. He was up 13-0 when that match was stopped. Noah's been on fire. He's got the right leg in, as you say, and the power half and a hard crossface. He brings Sebastian Robinson back hard to the mat. 45 to go. And Noah would be content, I think, if they didn't end up neutral at all the rest of this match till it ends.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm looking at some of this chess match of how the Wally world of moving guys around. The Eagles, though, have had a great season as Noah's working here with under 20 seconds to go in the first period. A crisp takedown early on, 20 seconds in. He's just been dominant on top. No points out of that, though. And that will just about do it. That'll end the first period. This is the fifth bout. Williamsport's up 11-9. It's been an entertaining first four. The Eagles got a huge lift with wins by Jeffrey Pfeiffer and a fall by the freshman Cameron Dubbs. Noah's going to get set on the bottom. Robinson left arm around the waist to start. Is Robinson, do you have any history on him? Adams, the Cowboys been researching the Millionaires, and this was a last-minute addition, so we really didn't.
15 and 20 last year.
So he wrestled 35 varsity bouts. So he's obviously been around. Noah pops up. All that short side Granby gets is a reversal with a minute and a half to go. Noah Foltz is up 4-0, and now if you're RG2 and staff, you got to want bonus points. And this is a guy to get them for you. He scores in bunches. I don't know. I was saying we didn't want to maybe be neutral the rest of the match, but if that's going to be the key to building up some points here, maybe. Noah's going to continue to try to turn.
We always like to see Noah working on top, but he's done very well in a neutral position this match.
Yeah, and you see Robinson kind of stuffing that arm underneath there. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows that he really doesn't want to be turned, and he doesn't want to get twisted up too bad either. And that's going to be and there Noah. Is he getting okay, Adam? So we got a 2-point near fall, and that gets stopped for for illegal move on who? Who gets a point?
Now wrestling on that 122 pounds.
So we got a point also, penalty point. Oh, he was twisting Noah's finger. Well, that was probably not a good idea.
Probably not.
Because he was. So that we were working for a fall, and
we were working for fall, but maybe that's why he did it.
Yeah, well, I think so. But Robinson,
I'll have to remember that next time I'm on bottom about ready to get pinned.
Well, right now he's on the bottom, and Noah's up 7-0, and we have another period to go after this. We have 20 seconds left. Robinson still, the official's looking now close to see if he's not grabbing individual fingers. But he stopped it once for that. Now that one-on-one, Noah taking his time. There goes the mat timer, and the timer's out beside the official. Noah glances at the clock. The second period will end. Noah Foltz 7-0 up on Sebastian Robinson of Williamsport. Noah's 11-1 on the year. His only loss was in the Big 7 tournament semifinals to Belfont standout Ethan Richner. Noah's set on the bottom.
So he's got a takedown, a 2-point near fall, and a reversal. He scored at all levels, but Sebastian here thinks he can do his best on top, and that's what he's going to start off at.
So Noah will be patient, I think, for a bit. He tries to get his opponent to work himself out of position, and then Noah will try the stuff that he's good at down on the mat. That's been the pattern we've seen, and there comes that switch attempt, and he's stretching out. And Robinson stops the first one, and he's trying to run a bar. So we have 1:20 to go, and Robinson has controlled Noah to this point in the third period. And right now, Noah's got a lead that is worthy of a regular decision. So we'll get a restart. Again, nope. We'll get a restart with 1:08 to go, and that brought a kinder and not so gentle Coach Hockenberry out of the chair. He wants Noah to get out of there. Oh, I'd like him to get out of there too, Eddie.
He's not the only one.
Stay calm. Noah comes right to his feet. Eddie gave him the sign. Noah's trying to switch, trying to now step over, and he will step over, and he'll get a reversal. He's up 9-0, under a minute to go, and he's got to go to work now. He has the leg in. He's putting them both in. He's going to wrench and lift and twist and turn. He's in position to get at least a major here. It's either going to be a major, regular, or fall. He's almost not got time to get 2 turns for the technical, Adam.
Yeah, he's about out of time to get the turn, so he's going to have to pin him. But you also want to keep in mind the 1, not 2 rule here, because 2 puts us out of the major decision.
Yeah, great. So the Cowboys saying we want at least a major here, and Noah's been very dominant in this. We have 15 to go, and he's got a 9-0 lead. And he's completely controlled this from the opening 10 seconds to now. And he's wrenching, and he's got the leg in, and he comes up on top. And he will win 9-0. Noah Foltz moves to 12-1. That's how he'll end the regular season. He ought to be seated pretty well, I would think, for the upcoming Section 2 tournament with a 12-1 record.
You would assume.
He gets 4 for the Eagles, and after 5 bouts, BEA is up 13-11. And here comes Brady Proctor. And Brady has a huge opportunity.
For Williamsport, Ryan Dunlap. For the Eagles, Brady Proctor.
Brian Dunlap of Williamsport. Brady Proctor, the Eagle senior, got his 25th career win, and it was a dandy against Marion Center earlier tonight. Brady working on Dunlap. We need another win out of Brady. We need him to go 2-0 on the night.
We do.
We really do. Dunlap reaches. You have any history on Dunlap? No history on Dunlap. So, and Brady's in a nice shot of double. And he's working up. He's tall. He was trapping the arm. A lot of time, 1.5 minutes to go, and Brady with a nice takedown, a good crossface. He's coming in hard. He's lifting the turkey bar. He's turned Dunlap. Brady Proctor, the last regular season bout of his career, and he's on top of Dunlap, and he's pressing. And he's pressing. And, oh my, a fall would be great. Brady settles back in. He's pressing. The Eagle staff's on their feet. He's pushing. He's pressing. He's got a lot of time. There he is. He's coming across the waist. A lot of time. Over 1 minute to go in the first period. The Eagles really do need a fall, as Adam said here.
Scoots too much further off the mat.
There is a fall in 101. Eagle senior Brady Proctor. Come on, Brady, you can smile. Career win 26. The fall makes it 19-11. That's a big fall for the Eagles.
Huge fall.
Because now comes Matthew Knepp. We're at 2:15. Well, this dual meet is a little bit better aligned than I thought it was going to be. Maybe coming in here.
There's some big names coming up.
Big names and big horses coming up.
Monday, for the Eagles, Matt Knepp.
Matthew Knepp, and who'd you get for the Williamsport?
I didn't hear the name.
Ask Les what the name of this guy is. Les. He'll tell you, Adam. Matthew Knepp. And Matthew's been solid. He's scoreless right now. The Eagles lead 19-11. They caught fire in the last 2 matches. Charlie Lundy. So Charlie Lundy of the Millionaires. Matthew Knepp of the Eagles. Matthew's outsized here. He's up. He weighs in 189. Actually, he's a solid. About 190 weighs in typically. 190, 191 with that weight allowance. And He's moving on Lundy, and we need Matthew Knepp.
We're not sure what Lundy weighs, but you can see he's taller.
Taller, and I would say heavier. This is a 215 weight class. Williamsport with a really solid heavyweight on deck, and then it's going to come down to the little guys and the middle guys.
155 pounds.
50 seconds to go.
Jackson Raker. For the Eagles, Taylor Close.
So Matthew Knepp is nose to nose with half a minute to go. This is an interesting battle.
Trying to stuff the head there.
He is, and we'll just see how this one goes. He said he's wrestling Lundy, and we're scoreless. We're in the
Lundy's
lap.
working the edge of the mat there pretty well.
He is working the edge. Nobody's been hit yet. Matthew in good shape, drives in, and he gets a takedown with 5 seconds left in the first period. Boy, that was a shot.
And that's going to end the first.
That'll end the first, and that's a big takedown. Matthew Knepp, known for his conditioning, and I keep pointing out an excellent student in the classroom, always thinking. A real quick glance at the clock, 8 seconds left, here's my shot, boom, and he gets it. Matthew takes down to start. Now the Godfather's kind of talking, I think. No, he's calm. That's somebody else that has a voice that sounds like him. Matthew gets set on the bottom. Lundy, right arm, traditional start on. Who's that? That's a caution on who?
Caution on Williamsport.
Yeah, I think so. He's up. Matthew explodes, and he's over. He's on the edge. He spins around fast and hard, and he reverses Lundy on the far side. Matthew Knepp of the Eagles is up 4-0. The Eagles lead 19-11, and they need every win and every point.
Let's look for bonus points now.
Well, I think so. And Matthew will drive, and he will drive, and he will work on that. That will be his endeavor for this match, and he'll hustle back on. He leads 4-0, 1:40 to go. He looks over, and a semi-calm coach, assistant coach Eddie Hockenberry, gives him a sign. I don't know what that was. I think it had to do with elbow control. Lundy gets to his feet. Matthew looking, return him, Matthew. There he does. He returns him nicely to the mat and breaks him down. He'll start thinking. He'll think cross-face cradle, or he'll think trap that far arm on one side, a half on the other, and there comes a half. He's stuffing the head. He's got to get to a side. He wants to trap a wrist on one side underneath and shoot a half on the opposite side. Right now he's got that left arm spiral in to bring Lundy, break him back down to his hip. He's now in the double one-on-one. He leaves out of that. He goes cross-face. He likes cross-face cradles, but this is a big guy to try to do that with, but he's trying it nonetheless. Now he's lifting over the turkey bar, and there it comes, and he's got a count. He's got Lundy in trouble, Adam. Adam's watching
50
it.
seconds left to go on the clock, so
He's pressing. He's pressing.
don't adjust too much.
He's in. Getting a fall! Matthew Knepp's on fire, and the Eagles in 3:18. Matthew Knepp gets a fall at 2:15. It's 25-11. And this Williamsport heavyweight is a fine athlete, and they were telling me, did they say his dad's a head football coach at Williamsport?
Yes.
That's what Wally was telling us. And Williamsport had a very nice football team this year too. Charles Crew?
Charles Cruz.
Charles Cruz of the Millionaires, and Nathan Antonuccio, the Eagle Senior.
28-14 this year.
So here's a guy that wrestled 42 bouts a year ago, and he won 28 of them. And I think he's coming off a loss here in their earlier match
He
against
lost to
Big Marvin Beatty.
Marvin Beatty from Marion Center. Yeah.
And he takes Nooch down with a double leg a half a minute in. Cruz, a fine-looking athlete, and he's on that arm. Left side, that one-on-one rolling through. I saw that tilt coming. And the official has 2 down, so there's a 2-point near fall. Nooch was very quick. Strange too. But Cruz trying to drive, and obviously if a kid was 28-14 a year ago, he's an athlete. Typically that record would be better the next year. He's only a junior, right? So we know that. And he's wrenching on a half on Nooch now, and he's turning Nooch. And Cruz is pressing Nooch, and he's got Nathan in trouble. He's got Nathan trying to fight out of that. Cruz very strong. and he brings Nathan back to the mat. It's close. And Cruz gets a fall in 122, and now we have a dual meet that's 25-17. And we're going to count up what we have left, Adam. We're going to end at 132, so we have 106, 113. We have 5 bouts left. We do. 5 bouts left, and the Eagles have an 8-point lead.
And I can tell you with 2 state qualifiers yet to go for the Millionaires.
2. Oh! So was that Nastio that got a forfeit?
Nastio was 1 state qualifier.
Well, they just forfeited at 106.
Right.
And Lucas Fye's up at
112.
At 113.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Nastio actually beat Cohen 9-3 last year, so that tells you how good he is.
Did he call this kid Seagraves? Did he call him Seagraves?
Yes.
So what's the history on him? Because Lucas Fye's up a weight.
19-7 last year.
So here's another very solid millionaire. But we'll see. Lucas Fye is tough. And they know the matchup here. You know, the Godfather likes it. It's 25-23 after that forfeit to Nastio. And Lucas Fye against Seagraves. Lucas, and we don't say Pine Glen and underdog in the same sentence. So
no, we don't say that anymore.
Lucas will go after this guy. This guy's bigger than him, Seagraves. And there's that dump in on the leg. Don't hang on too long, Lucas. Watch your hip. Hip control, he's working up, and he is going to work well. And he bellies out of that just in time. Seagrave with a takedown and a 2-0 lead. This is the first time Lucas has been up at 113. So we're at 113, and you have Cohen and Cooper on deck.
Seagraves trying to run a half there, and Fye's having none.
Here comes Lucas Fye, a nice effort. He gets one, and he will not stop. He'll keep wrestling there. He's drop into a front headlock. He's driving. He will try to cradle anybody. He doesn't get it. But he will try to cradle anybody, and there's a lot of time left in this. You got to work really hard to outwork that kid, I'll tell you. He's going to motion. There's that outside shot, a counter, a nice dump. Come on, Lucas, get the hips. He's driving in. He's in position now. He will continue to move. We have 10 seconds left. We don't want to give up any points here because we're right in this one. And there's a stalemate. 5 seconds to go. It's 25-23. Entertaining dual meet. The Eagles leading Williamsport. After this, there's 3 to go, right?
Yeah.
So this is huge, given who we have on in the next 2 bouts on deck. The period ends. Lucas Fye has the choice. He defers. Seagraves is going to take neutral. I'm okay with that. Seagraves leads 2-1. The Eagles lead by 2. Lucas Fye is in on the leg again, and he's clearing the hip, and he's coming close. What a flurry. He's oh so close. He just missed that one. Now he's reaching back through. He's not going to give up. He's going to try to clear the hip. He's going to try to clear that hip. He is pulling that in, and off the mat they go, and Lucas Fye is going to fight and fight and fight.
He didn't get any points there, but that was a great reshot after the shot by Seagraves.
It was a great enough reshot. He knocked him off his base. So it's 2-1. It's 2-1. Seagraves moving, maybe a little bit of frustration. What we don't want to give up's a big one. You know, you give up anything here, you're still in it, but you can't give up the big one. Lucas has a choice in the 3rd period.
He does.
Lucas is in great physical condition. We've seen that time and again. Seagraves spinning, and he keeps his position, and he's driving, and he's coming around. He's got Seagraves down on his hip. He's just got to pop that. He's going to drive and drive and drive and left. And there he's bringing Seagraves to the mat. He will continue to work. Oh, the face rake.
That was face.
The face rake, but Lucas Fye continues to step over. And he has two! With 30 seconds to go, Lucas Fye has a 3-2 lead. He's driving Seagraves, and Lucas has the choice. Lucas has the choice in the third period. And they're off the mat. Wally
coaches weren't fleeing the mat.
The Williamsport coaches wanted a stall, and the Wally wanted to flee in the mat, and so did RG2. We have 20 seconds to go in the second period. Lucas Fye, right on. Is it caution on Lucas?
Caution on Lucas.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just excitement, not concentrating. He gets set on top on the whistle. Seagraves comes up. Lucas blocks it. He chops the arm.
Got to hold him for 15 seconds here.
Yeah, you do, and he's trying to hook up a cradle. Well, the heck with holding him, he was thinking about turning him. And he lifts, and off the mat they go with 4 seconds to go. I'll tell you one thing, if this thing's close at the end, that Cal kid better be right beside the referee at the end. There's no buzzer here, folks. And here we go. Lucas gets set on top on the whistle. Seagraves short set. 2-1, and that's it. That's it. I mean, that's what I mean about that. You got to whack that referee with that towel, son, because that match lasted 3 seconds. That bout lasted 3 seconds longer than it should have. Lucas is set on the bottom. He leads 3-2. Seagraves gets set on top. Short set, no. Seagraves looking for a bar. Remember, Lucas is giving up some size here, but he will fight the entire time. And Seagraves trying to bar Lucas, pulling that under. And that's a smart move, what he's doing right there. Lucas Fye trying to work up. Seagraves on top. Seagraves on the ankle. Lucas coming up to his base steadily. Seagraves lacing the leg. 1:20 to go. Lucas leads 3-2. He leads 3-2. He's trying to get hand control. He's working and trying hard to work up. He's got that 3-2 lead. And I agreed with the choice to take bottom with a 1-point lead. But you got to keep working and not get turned, and he's working and fighting that off. 50 seconds to go. He's got a 3-2 lead. There's no warnings yet, right?
No, there's no warnings, and Seagraves is working hard.
Trying to spiral to drop into a cradle. Lucas is in position. Keep that, Lucas. Keep it. Keep spinning. Keep turning. He's out for one. And now with no warnings and 35 to go, Lucas has a 4-2 lead. Seagraves shoots. Lucas is trying to counter that. He's doing a good job with his hips and his ankle. He's got a good lock, and we're going to get a restart with 26 to go. And the Godfather's out of the chair, and he better sit down. Look at that. I think that was a Burnside Township stance coaching move there, I think. In any regard, here comes
20 seconds left here. 4-2.
Adams on the call. I'll keep it on the clock. 16 to go, Adam.
We do get a stall call there. That's fine. Those 16 seconds.
Get set, Lucas. Don't relax. Don't relax. Seagraves bears in. Lucas Fye looking for a big win. And the timer needs to get out there, and they're off the mat. We're going to get a restart with 7 seconds left. Circle.
Circle.
I don't know how many the Eagles are standing. Seagraves in on the leg. Lucas hanging on, and that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Tap the official. It's over. Let's go. Lucas Fye, who will never stop moving and never quit. A huge win. It's 28-23. And I don't know what we got here, but I like what we got. Who do we got from Williamsport, Adam? You got research on this guy?
I don't know who it is.
Well, we're going to find out.
Kevin
Harris. Do not know.
Okay, well, the lightning bolt's in, and he has Harris's leg. He's lifting, and he's trying to sew up the dual meat for the Eagles. And there's a takedown. In 10 seconds. Cohen Bainey has a takedown.
Hey, 2 weight classes.
2 left.
left after this.
Right.
So he can't sew up there.
I'm feeling all right, man. I'm feeling all right. It was easier when they started at 98 and went to heavyweight. There's 2 weight classes after this, yeah. Well, who's on deck for Williamsport down there, Adam?
Well, we're going to see Bauer left at 32.
Who? And Randy Brungart's corrected me, and I appreciate that. I'll quickly point out that their enrollment is 4.5 times the size of Bald Eagles, just like Central Mountains is 3 times the size of Bald Eagles. And he was Tom Elling's first district champ and a great guy. And right now, Cohen's in there. Cohen's got him stuck in a. He's got him stuck in a. I don't know what we call that, Adam. So now what do we got? A good old feisty Williamsport Bald Eagle battle. Cohen's working for the fall. Got 50 seconds to go. Ooh. So yeah, I miscounted there somehow, I think. I was counting points. So now I don't know what we got here. With 46 seconds left in the first period, we have a stoppage in the action. Where is it?
We do have a feisty.
So look up this next guy, Weaver. Is that who he called him, Weaver?
Yeah. He whooped up on Taylor Weaver from Central Mountain.
Oh, he did.
He did. So that tells you how
When,
good
last
he is.
year?
This year.
Okay. So then we have a real interesting situation here then.
Right.
So I see the critical nature of this.
This is very critical that we get bonus points here.
And we are, and Cohen's driving, and he's got Harris down on the mat, and Harris is strong, and Harris is fighting through, and there it is. And there it is. There it was.
Come on.
Cohen had him. He had him. He had him. He had him. There's the ball! In 151, the Eagles lead by 11. And as Randy Brungart reminded me, there are 2 bouts to go, and the Millionaires need 6 in both of them. Is this the kid that wrestled? Yeah. Carter Weaver. Against Cooper Gillum, and there are 2 bouts to go.
Yes.
So they need 2 falls, unless you're going to start picking out the criteria stuff for me.
I'm not going to start picking it out, but these 2 kids from Williamsport are tough.
They're tough.
And we know Cooper Gillum's tough, but we got another state qualifier here. So
This
Cooper,
one?
yes.
Okay. Well, what weight did he
And the
wrestle?
next one.
What weight did he wrestle Taylor Weaver at? So
I don't know.
Cooper Gillum, obviously 107 career wins, is in the final regular season bout of his career here in Wingate. And high drama, because we know the next Millionaire is really tough. This one you pointed out. Carter Weaver. Williamsport. And Cooper is scoreless with Weaver right now.
Trying to look
We're
up
a minute
the,
20 to go. Adam's looking up some research on him. So we're scoreless with 1:14 to go in the first period. The Eagles lead by 11. And Cooper in on the leg of Carter Weaver. Weaver looking for the big one. He's looking for the big one.
So Carter beat Taylor Weaver of Central Mountain 9-3 a couple weeks ago.
So that is a very impressive win.
Yes.
We now have 45 to go in the first period. We're still scoreless, but Weaver looking for a big one, maybe a throw, maybe to hook up a lot of leverage here. So we'll see just how this one goes. And you know, you want to see Cooper win this one. You really do. if this opponent's that high powered, Cooper's in an unusual position here tonight. 25 to go in a scoreless first period. He's looking good so far, Adam. Looking fine.
Yeah, to put the match in context, if Cooper doesn't give up 5 or 6 points, the Eagles win the match.
Win the dual meet.
But we're still rooting for Cooper here to win the match.
Oh, sure. Pick up a
win the
career
bout.
win 108.
Right. So let's not.
And there's Cooper looking for one, and
Let's not act like that's out of context.
you know, and this tells you here with 2 seconds to go, the first period looks like it's going to end scoreless. Where's that timer at? He's looking, and that's the tap, and it's over. We'll go to the second period. Cooper's going to start down. I guess that was his choice, and he took down. A big, rangy opponent. Yeah, who's that? A caution on who?
Caution on red.
Yeah. We've had a few of them. We had one of them, I think, in caution in the entire duel with Marion Center to open tonight. Weaver strong on top so far. We're early. Just keeping the pressure on Cooper Gillum. Super Cooper, 107 career wins, a couple trips to Hershey himself. Weaver trying to bar that left arm. Cooper trying to roll through, come out. There's a mat return. A roll from his feet, and Cooper Gillum is he out for one, or is he going to get 2 out of that, Adam? He's lifting high. He's got Weaver hopping around on one leg. No change in control yet. Cooper Gillum working on that. Just over a minute to go in the second period. We're still scoreless. We're going to see how this one turns out. And there's a reversal. So Cooper Gillum reverses Carter Weaver and returns him to the mat, and that was a good mat return. 50 seconds to go. 50 seconds to go. And, you know, this is his last ever regular season bout. He'll be here for the Section 2s.
We've been calling Super Cooper's matches for.
It's hard to believe. Seems just like yesterday we were calling him Super Cooper, and the Eagles were having their undefeated regular season that many years ago, and now he's a senior. And I don't know if any of those couple of college coaches that we heard about are looking and watching, and we're glad you guys tune in. We're glad you said we're entertaining. That's good. There's 43 seconds to go, and Cooper Gillum is wrestling as a Cowboy says, a very, very good Williamsport millionaire wrestler. You mentioned to Taylor Weaver, a year ago. It was a year ago. Taylor Weaver's what grade's Taylor Weaver? Sophomore?
He's an underclassman. I'm not
He's
sure.
not, was it last year? No, it was 2 years. It was 2 years ago. Taylor Weaver and Cooper. The dual meet, Cooper had an early 5-0 lead. Just about pinned Weaver. Weaver headlocked him and pinned him in the second period. Mm-hmm. Just brought John Lopez right out of the chair on the record online. So we're, I think back to that, and I think, well, that was a match that got away from us with the big move. He was actually winning 9-2 when he got pinned. Mm-hmm. So.
Was it 9-2?
It was 9-2 when he got pinned.
I remember he was winning.
So Cooper Gillum really, and I don't know that it sits in on him. He wrestles wherever he wrestles, but he'll have matches here for the Section 2 tournament in 2 weeks, and we'll be here. I don't know if we'll be at the district.
No, we don't know that.
The AD was talking to me about that. He said that might be like almost a game day decision, or one of those Wednesday or Thursday calls. Hey, can you guys go to Altoona? So if we go, we go. If we don't,
I don't know how many of the teams in our district broadcast their matches as we do, but
well, I don't know either.
You got to imagine if they would let us in, they'd have to let every other.
Yeah, anybody else that wanted to go in.
Yeah. So we're not sure. We'd like to be able to, but we will be here for the sectional tournament.
Yeah, we will, and that's in the new gym with 3 mats.
Yes.
So we have still a prolonged cleanup time here.
Is that going to be like the last tournament? Are we going to be moving the camera on the different matches?
Oh, I'm sure. That'll just be a six wrestler bracket.
Yeah.
You know, and wherever there's an eagle, and we'll probably have a case where there's two of them going at one time on mat 1 and 3. So Weaver tries to come up on the restart. There were 43 seconds left on that whistle. Cooper Gillum with a 2-0 lead against an outstanding opponent. He's wrestled, you know, he's lost to an outstanding Central Mountain 9th grader this year twice, Simcox. That kid's really good.
Yeah, he is.
Cooper hanging onto a leg and Weaver hopping around. Cooper, off the mat they go. No, it's not stopped yet, so they're on the edge. And Cooper's going to have to work up, and Cooper gets hit for stalling.
Really?
Yeah, he got hit for stalling, and that'll end.
Don't you have 5 seconds to get to a different level?
Yeah,
or is that just college?
I don't know, but I will say that you're looking that up.
Well, I've thought that, and I don't know if I'm correct on this, but I thought you had 5 seconds to move up when you're hooked onto the legs.
So Cooper Gillum will start on top. He's been warned for stalling. He's got a 2-0 lead on Williamsport's Carter Weaver. The Eagles lead the dual meet by 11, and there's 1 to go after this, and that millionaire is a dandy. So let's just see what we've got going here. Weaver comes up, turns. Cooper, a good mat return. Cooper working up. He's going to work up. Very smart. The Eagle coaches like you didn't like that stall call in the last 7 seconds of the period.
I can imagine why. But that's okay. We don't anticipate Cooper stalling anymore. Not that he was stalling there.
Yeah, and there he's rolling in that 2-on-1, that tight waist tilt. He floats and spins really smooth with Weaver. We have 1:15 to go. He still has a 2-0 lead. I don't know at what point and there you're in trouble. You got to stay out of that stuff. 1, not 2. There's the 1, and he's right in on the leg. Well, that was just the 1. The 1's been awarded, so now. Okay, it's okay. We're going to get a restart with 52 to go. It's 2-1. At least the Godfather stayed seated there. He left the young guy stand up and complain. 52 to go. Cooper's been warned for stalling, and Carter Weaver's going to get another visit from Scott DeVore, the trainer for the facility, who's going to take care of him. Blood time. Big bout. Huge bout. 52 seconds to go.
I want to say this blood time favors Weaver more. I think he was a little bit more winded than Cooper.
Well,
and have him.
No danger.
The Godfather's now out of the chair, and he didn't like that. Potentially dangerous.
Not at all.
He's
Well, if it had been the other way.
yeah. I'm telling you, the people in Russia and Iran watched him on video last night. That's like the national sport over there, wrestling, and they heard about his dance in the Line Mountain Gym. Here comes another cleanup session, maybe? I don't know. We're going to restart with 52 seconds left. High drama in the Eagle Gym. The Eagles are trying to pick up their 8th consecutive dual meet win after that opening loss to an excellent Central Mountain team. And the way this season went, you know, what is this, the 4th of February?
Yes.
So this is 9 dual meets since the 21st of January. Well, how many is that? 9 and 14 days. 9 dual meets in 14 days plus a Big 7 tournament in there. You talk about cramming.
That's quite a few matches.
Cramming about 5 weeks worth into 2. And then after tonight, they've confirmed, after tonight, it's just practice, rest, practice, and get ready for that Section 2 tournament. But right now, unfinished business. Carter Weaver bears in. He trails 2-1. He slides behind Cooper. He lifts Cooper. Cooper tries to roll out of that. It's 3-2. Weaver with that takedown. You said that blood stoppage favored him.
He was pretty winded there right before that.
He's now got a 3-2 lead, and we've got 15 seconds to go. Cooper Gillum's looking to come out. He's looking to come out.
Get out, Cooper. 7 seconds.
And there's a knee issue, and that one's over. And a great match ends. We don't want to do that because there we have. And the Eagles will lead 34-26, and this is the last bout.
Yes, this is the last bout. Cooper wrestled hard.
So what's this Bauer's name? Braden Bauer.
Braden is they're both juniors, but Braden was out all last year, and as you can see, he's got a brace on that right shoulder. Wally pointed that out to me earlier. I said, "Hey, which one's the one that was hurt over here?" He said, "Look for the brace on the right shoulder." But he was a state qualifier as a freshman.
Yeah, so they're very good, very established, and he took Drake down pretty quickly there. He's got Drake broken down on the mat right now, and he's rolling through in that tilt. He's going to get a quick 2 there, I think, at least. They haven't been awarded yet. They're down. So he's got at least 2, but he's barring that arm. And there's a stoppage, and we have 122 to go. He says, I thought he was telling the official he was going to go neutral. He's set on top. So it would take unforeseen circumstances. The Eagles have won yet another dual meet here.
Yep.
Wow. So that'll be 722 in the program's history. An 8-1 season, that's pretty good. And you look at the mix of the veterans we have and the mix of youth in the lineup, and it looks really good looking ahead.
We've got a lot to look forward to.
Next year, I'm looking forward to them not wearing masks when they wrestle.
Gosh, I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. And Bauer, very tough. He's stepping that up over, trying to run Drake over the top.
Watch that shoulder.
And he's got Drake turned, and it's very close. Drake fighting hard, but they're very established. Williamsport, really good kids. It's fallen 133. BEA has won the dual meet. The Eagles have beaten Williamsport, District 4 AAA Power, 34-32. Earlier tonight, they beat a very solid District 6 AA program in Marion Center, 56-12. The Cowboy and I, you can say a lot of this one we just watched. Again, a total team effort. We got falls in this one out of Brady Proctor and Matthew Knepp, who both moved up a weight.
We did.
And then Lucas Fye, you take away that 4-2 win, you flip that the other way.
You flip any of that,
and we lose this dual meet. So a total team effort. Noah got the big major. Everything went right there.
Everything helped. Everything.
Jeffrey got a tough win to start to get us going. And Cameron Dubbs got a fall. He's a horse. So the Eagles, and then again, I hate to. Here we go again. I'm not trying to miss any of them, and then you had the Lightning Bolt, who I was corrected prematurely. I said, the Lightning Bolt could clinch it. Well, he got a fall. We went up by 11, and Cooper Gillum was on deck. I had a pretty good feeling that it was clinched, even though stranger things have happened. So 8-1 on the year. The Eagles are now 54-19 under Coach RG2 Ron Gano. That is 35 wins over 500. And Cowboy, I'm looking forward to the Section 2 tournament on February 16th. There will be 3 matches down. That'll be in the larger new gym. It'll be Bald Eagle, Penns Valley, PO, West Branch, Moshannon Valley, and St. Joseph's Catholic Academy.
We're hoping for 13 wrestlers to move on.
The top 2 from that event will move on to the District 6 tournament on Saturday, February 20th in Altoona. There are 4 sections. The top 2 out of each section moves on.
Yep.
And then out of those 8 wrestlers in the district, the top 3 will go to the, I guess it's the Southwest Regional still, right? And then there's a Super Regional.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how the Super Regional does.
But it's really going to be, it's still not the one and done that the old timers talk about when you lost you were done, but it's a lot closer to that this year than it has been for quite a while.
Right.
So Cowboy, any last observations?
Heck of a win tonight. Heck of a win.
Heck of a win. You kind
Said
of called
it,
this and I wasn't sure, so I should quit doubting.
We don't say the word underdog anymore.
Don't say the word underdog, and especially don't say it in the same sentence with when you mention the village of Pine Glen. And with that said, this is Todd Warner and the Cowboy, Adam Day. He's Addie's daddy, by the way. And we are signing off until the Section 2 tournament on February 16th.